How many times do you reread an email before you actually deal with it? It's a lot, isn't it? How much collective time does that just waste? Well, today I'm going to be sharing 5 steps that will virtually eliminate the need to reread emails, saving you a lot of time and increasing your productivity so that you can get back to what really matters: teaching. Be sure to stay until the end, where I give you my favorite Gmail feature to immediately process an email. And no, it's not just clicking mark as read. Hello, Marielle here, and today's tip is all about email productivity. So we all have that colleague who has 10,000 emails in their inbox, or maybe it's you, and they're reading and rereading emails throughout the entire day. Think about it like actual physical mail. You go out to your mailbox, grab your mail, and bring it into the house. What happens if you don't have a specific flow for processing your mail? It just piles on your counter. And if this happens day after day, it just blends into the background. Well, email can become that too, especially if you let it sit in your inbox forever. So just like physical mail, you need to create a system for dealing with your email. For example, say instead of piling your letters on the counter, you had a way with dealing with that mail in the moment. Imagine walking back from your mailbox and immediately recycling all the ad flyers. Then you walk in the door and open your bills, recycle the envelopes, and put them in a to be paid bin. And then you take the credit card offers and put it in the shredder. You're done. And no more piles of paper. Here's how to do that with email. Step 1, process it. You wouldn't want to shuffle papers back and forth, so don't do it with emails. Just read it and process it. When you're going through your email, here is your process. Read it completely, but quickly. Then you have 3 options: delete it, respond to it, or file it. And here's how you decide which choice is best. The majority of emails I just delete. Most are informational, and once I've read it, I get it, so I can delete it. Next, respond to any email that would take less than 2 minutes to reply to. If it's gonna take more than 2 minutes, file it into the appropriate folder, which leads me to step 2. Use my magic 3 email folders. All right, they're not magic, but I couldn't think of a better name. Here are the 3 types: reply by the end of the day, resources for the week, and waiting. Reply by end of day are for emails that are going to take more than 2 minutes to respond to, or they require you to get more information before you can reply. For example, these can be detailed homework questions, emails that require more thought or reflection, or emails that you just need to deal with later. Resources for the week folder can be used for emails that have information that you'll need to access throughout the week. For example, it could be a PD schedule for a staff meeting that's coming up, or sub-lesson plans for a class you're subbing, or maybe it's just information about a student that you want to refer to in a parent meeting. It's all the things that you might reference throughout the week. The waiting folder is for emails that you're waiting for someone else to reply to before you can respond. These could be about a class party where people are signing up for what they want to bring, or it's an email that you send to someone about a meeting availability and you don't want to forget to circle back. Or it's a team of students emailing each other about a group project that just needs your final approval at the end. It's basically all the things that I can't answer until someone else chimes in first. All right, back to the email processing. Step 3, calendar it. Create a specific time when you respond to your emails and put it on your calendar and stick to it. For example, I schedule 15 minutes max in the morning to process my emails quickly, where I read them, then I delete, respond, or file. Then I have 30 minutes maximum at the end of the day to reply to all my reply by end of day emails. Honestly, sometimes those answer themselves by the time the end of the day rolls around, so that's also a really nice method, is sometimes you just need to wait and somebody else chimes in and answers before you. Once a week, I look over my waiting emails to see if I need to follow up on something or if I still need more information. Finally, on Friday, I delete all the emails in my resources for the week folder. If it's not one of these scheduled times where I'm processing my email, then I close my email tab. Seriously, don't try to multitask and have it open when you're lesson planning or grading. It's just gonna distract you. Step 4, teach people your communication style. I prefer talking, obviously. I like to seek out a student during their free period or study hall, call a parent rather than email, or pop down the hall to give a quick answer to a colleague. So emails take longer for me than most people because it's not my preferred communication style. time for a little tough love. No one wants to read your super long email. I know, you spent forever on it, and yes, you wanted to put all the information in writing. Listen, I used to do that all the time too, but unless you're getting paid by the word count, do yourself a favor and give yourself permission to be brief in email. I once had a colleague who would just reply, "Yes, love the idea. Please proceed as planned," in her emails, and I loved it. Being super brief is great for emails with people you've established a rapport with, but I wouldn't recommend it for parent or student or supervisor communication. One benefit to this type of communication is that people will start to expect concise emails, or if they need more information, they'll just seek you out in person. Another technique to give people is wait time. You don't always have to answer immediately. Also, don't answer emails late at night. Set a good example for your students that they don't need to be working late into the evening. Additionally, be specific in your request to save people from the back and forth. Write things like, "Are you available to meet during any of these following times?" and then list them. If you really do have limited availability, avoid writing requests like, "When are you free to meet?" Just tell them when you're free. Otherwise, they're inevitably going to suggest a time that doesn't work for you, and you'll end up going back and forth. Another thing I do is when I'm asking someone for their opinion, I say, "I would love your feedback on the following items by day, time, since I'll need to make a decision by then." Perfect. Now they know exactly how long they have to review the information and get back to me. Step number 5, create email templates. If you have to write the same type of email twice, just create a template. I have ones for sub-steps, sound like I said dubsteps. I have ones for sub-steps, students missing work, positive email home that you can personalize. The templates are great because it's really just plug and play and you don't have to rethink your steps for something you use multiple times. Okay, here's your bonus tip. Snooze. Emails that you don't need to answer right away, but you don't want to file away forever, and you may need soon, just snooze. These might include emails about meeting topics in 2 weeks or observations about a student. Snooze until that meeting day or until that special event. It'll just pop right back up into your inbox and you can deal with it then. I like to say that I'm hitting snooze and just making it future Marielle's problem. She can deal with it. Looking for more teacher productivity tips? Then check out this video that will help you have all of your online materials open and ready with a click of the button.